Rick Wilson, are you with us?
With you. I am with you.
Rick, I know this. Have you been listening? Have you heard anything that I said?
I have not. I have not.
Okay.
I had 6 other things that the minute I got on the ground, people were like, "You got to do this." I'm like, "I got to do Don Lemon." So here I am.
Did you just fly in?
I might have, yeah.
Okay. Well, Rick, let's talk. Okay, Rick. So Rick is flying in right now. Rick, we have been discussing what's that. I don't know if you saw the Wall Street Journal story with the law
Yeah, I
firms.
did. I saw that.
And I always said, I started the show by saying my friend Rick Wilson is right. Everything Trump touches dies, right? And so maybe in the beginning, immediately there is some short-term gain to bending the knee or acquiescing to Donald Trump. But in the long run, you get too close to it. And my analogy was flying too close to the sun. You end up like the Wicked Witch of the West, and you end up melting under a house because he torches you. That has happened with law firms who are now, their clients are saying, why do I want a law firm that doesn't stand up for me? I'm taking my services, my work somewhere else, my business somewhere else. Same thing with the universities. Columbia did the same thing. Mm-hmm. And you see they're facing huge backlash, especially from their students. Harvard University is standing up. The public sentiment is with them. And then there's the media. Good God. Rick?
I try, Don. I've tried for years. Look, America, there's one profession that's outlined for protection of the Constitution. That's journalism. Mm-hmm. And yet, so many journalists in America today are watching a guy burn the Constitution down, and they're both siding everything, and they're woulda, coulda, shoulda. They're like, oh well, we're going to make deals so that he doesn't stop our merger. That's and all this stuff, all this idea that you can feed the alligator and it won't eat you. No, it's just going to eat you last. It's coming for you no matter what you do. And the I think the disservice to America that's happening with a lot of the press is they still treat this like, oh, it's just Trump being Trump. Oh, it's just silly season. It's another weird thing. If Barack Obama or Joe Biden said, I'm going to hire Palantir to build a database of every single American and pull all their data into it, Republicans would have been in the street with pitchforks and torches. Now, the media is sort of like, they're covering the story, but kind of with a shrug. Like, oh yeah, it's a big contract. Okay. What could go wrong with them having all your personal information in one government database? Call me crazy. But yeah, I mean, you never win this transaction with Trump. You never win by bending the knee. You never win by giving in.
Yeah. Who cares that, he is meeting with the folks who are investing in his crypto? Who cares that he is profiting off of the presidency and making billions and billions of dollars a year off of the presidency? Now, I want you to imagine, Rick, and let's just say, I'm not even going to say president. Let's just imagine Kamala Harris doing something like that.
Sure.
What do you think would happen?
If she launched ComCoin tomorrow and started going out and saying to people, yeah, I'm probably going to run for governor, maybe run for president again, but I'm doing a Bitcoin or crypto offering, the world would melt the fuck down. Yeah. People would lose their minds. And you know who would be the number one? The Republicans would be losing their minds. How dare she corrupt the office of this or that? How dare she sell out? And yet with Trump, the reaction is like, yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah. And what about the media? Can you imagine Fox News and the same media now that is, has been talking about Joe Biden's cognitive decline? I said, Rick, look, we all have eyes. Joe Biden was an old man.
Yeah.
We knew that. I mean, so okay, what's new? And if you didn't report on it then, why are you reporting on it now? I mean, am I wrong with that?
Look, I don't want to go I don't want to sink into the whole Jake Tapper matrix right now because everybody's talking about it. And look, I like Jake personally, but if Joe Biden had come out and said retweeted somebody that said that Donald Trump was assassinated and has been replaced by a robot clone, people would be calling for him to be institutionalized. That's the thing that Trump did this weekend, retweeting somebody who said that Joe Biden had been executed at Gitmo and in 2020 and was a robot clone. That's not like ha crazy. That's crazy. And it strikes me that the cognitive decline of Trump that we see all the time now, where he goes out and he just rambles in these speeches and these remarks, it's getting so much less coverage of is Trump too old for the job than it got during Biden, and certainly during the post debate window of Biden. So I think Trump is very infirm and not well, and we're not talking about it in the media class in a way that it deserves to be talked about, because we're in a dangerous world right now, and our president is not mentally well.
What do we do? I think I just said there's so many things that need to be done, Rick, but I think that I put a lot of blame on it. I used to hate it when I was in corporate media. It's like the media is an easy target, and it is an easy target. And I don't want to get all on Jay because everyone's hitting him, but because I worked with him and he's a friend.
Sure.
Okay, but I got to do my job, right? Which is to report on what's happening out in the world. But what happens, because I believe the gatekeepers are not keeping the gate. And that is the number one thing I think that needs to be fixed or worked on. Am I wrong?
No, listen, you got to separate journalism into two columns, I think. There is reporting and there is an editorial side. And that editorial side needs to direct what kind of coverage is happening. You can't look at the world and pretend this issue is important because only I care about it. You've got to look at the world that we're in right now, where there are a lot of issues that millions of Americans are being affected by, and I don't know that they're being covered in the depth and with the intensity they need to be covered. And look, I'm a writer, but I'm not a journalist, and I look out there and I see what people want to know about. They're scared shitless right now about losing Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. They don't understand what these tariffs are doing. They know they're not good, and I wonder if we've seen at the corporate level of some of these media outlets this caution because of Trump, like, oh, if we're nice to him, he won't hurt us, overwhelm the editorial imperative of covering real things that are affecting Americans at a significant level. It's a tough spot. I get how hard it is for reporters right now who want to cover some of this stuff and are kind of being told, take a step back. I mean, you Stephanopoulos at NBC or ABC is like in hell right now because he keeps doing what he should do and keeps getting like slapped down by his own corporate management. It's crazy.
Rick, man, I miss you.
I wish I had some better news for you, brother.
I know. But Rick, I love that you came on. Would you please come back, because I love talking
absolutely,
about you.
absolutely.
Any words of wisdom before we leave you?
Look, the world is changing underneath us right now. Internationally, things are altering faster than we know and are watching. And I think it's actually better in the long term that the world isn't depending on us in the way it did, but it's going to require us to make a lot of changes and reforms if we want to get back to influencing it again once this is all done.
Yeah. Rick Wilson, thank you, sir. I shall see
you soon, my friend.
You coming on. See you.
Absolutely.
Be great, Rick Wilson. There you go. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.